And now the sister wept over her poor bewitched brother. And the little roe wept also, and sat sorrowfully near to her. But at last the girl said, "Be quiet, dear little roe. I will never, never leave you." Then she untied her golden garter and put it round the roebuck's neck. And she plucked rushes and wove them into a soft cord. This she tied to the little animal and led it on. And she walked deeper and deeper into the forest, and when they had gone a very long way they came at last to a little house. And the girl looked in. And as it was empty, she thought, "We can stay here and live." Then she sought for leaves and moss to make a soft bed for the roe. And every morning she went out and gathered roots and berries and nuts for herself, and brought tender grass for the roe, who ate out of her hand, and was content and played round about her. In the evening, when the sister was tired, and had said her prayer, she laid her head upon the roebuck's back, that was her pillow, and she slept softly on it. And if only the brother had had his human form, it would have been a delightful life. For some time they were alone like this in the wilderness. But it happened that the king of the country held a great hunt in the forest. Then the blasts of horns, the barking of dogs and the merry shouts of the huntsmen rang through the trees. And the roebuck heard all, and was only too anxious to be there. "Oh," said he to his sister, "let me be off to the hunt. I cannot bear it any longer." And he begged so much that at last she agreed. "But," said she to him, "come back to me in the evening. I must shut my door for fear of the rough huntsman. So knock and say, 'My little sister, let me in, that I may know you.' And if you do not say that, I shall not open the door." Then the young roebuck sprang away. So happy was he and so merry in the open air. The king and the huntsmen saw the lovely animal, and started after him. But they could not catch him. And when they thought that they surely had him, away he sprang through the bushes and vanished. When it was dark he ran to the cottage, knocked, and said, "My little sister, let me in." Then the door was opened for him, and he jumped in, and rested himself the whole night through upon his soft bed. The next day the hunt began again. And when the roebuck once more heard the bugle horn, and the ho, ho, of the huntsman, he had no peace, but said, "Sister, let me out. I must be off." His sister opened the door for him, and said, "But you must be here again in the evening and say your password." When the king and his huntsmen again saw the young roebuck with the golden collar, they all chased him, but he was too quick and nimble for them. This lasted the whole day. But by the evening the huntsmen had surrounded him, and one of them wounded him a little in the foot, so that he limped and ran slowly. Then a hunter crept after him to the cottage and heard how he said, "My little sister, let me in," and saw that the door was opened for him, and was shut again at once. The huntsman took notice of it all, and went to the king and told him what he had seen and heard. Then the king said, "Tomorrow we will hunt once more." The little sister, however, was dreadfully frightened when she saw that her fawn was hurt. She washed the blood off him, laid herbs on the wound, and said, "Go to your bed, dear roe, that you may get well again." But the wound was so slight that the roebuck, next morning, did not feel it any more. And when he again heard the sport outside, he said, "I cannot bear it. I must be there. They shall not find it so easy to catch me." The sister cried, and said, "This time they will kill you. And here am I alone in the forest and forsaken by all the world. I will not let you out. Then you will have me die of grief," answered the roe. "When I hear the bugle horns, I feel as if I must jump out of my skin." Then the sister could not do otherwise, but opened the door for him with a heavy heart. And the roebuck, full of health and joy, bounded into the forest.